This is CCS-TV, empowering voices, inspiring futures.
Building your child's financial future starts earlier than you think, and it starts with Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union. With the Kids Credit Union, families can take simple, achievable steps today that lead to big outcomes tomorrow. We believe small, consistent saving habits build confidence, responsibility, and lifelong financial stability. Your child could graduate with up to $10,000 to kickstart their future. We're more than a bank. We're a long-term partner in your child's life. Stop by your local branch today and let's start their journey together.
Welcome back to another week of CCS Sportscast. I'm your host, Sebby Gibbs, and we are coming up on this draft. Next week, we're going to have pretty much a whole draft podcast, but this week, there's been a lot of haps in sports right now, but I have another mock draft. We're going to have a mock draft this week, and then our final mock draft next week, because next week next week in 2 weeks on Thursday is going to be the NFL draft, so we're coming up on that. In my mock draft, in the first pick, Fernando Mendoza going to the Raiders. I think this is a gimme. Again, last time we did this, we had Fernando Mendoza going to the Raiders. They are in dire need of a QB right now. I don't even know who they have starting right now. Probably Aiden O'Connell was the number one before they get Mendoza they got Kirk Cousins. I forget about that. They did just trade for Kirk Cousins. And I think that is a very good move because I think they can have Kirk start at the start of the season, mentor Fernando Mendoza a little bit, and then Mendoza will be good to step in after a half a year. So I do think Mendoza will be a good pick for them because they do need a QB that can be a future for them. Second pick, Arvell Reese, linebacker out of Ohio State, going to the New York Jets. The Jets do need help on defense. It's really tough for them because their offense is great, and that offense is going to need a lot of repairing. I mean, they did trade for Geno. Geno is their starter right now. They do have Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. I could see them targeting a wide receiver as well to pair with Garrett Wilson, but I think their offense needs some work. So until that, I do think their defense needs to beefing up so they can be a competitive team and players actually want to go to the Jets because they have a great defense and that will benefit them in the end. Number 3, Sonny Styles, another linebacker out of Ohio State. Sonny Styles, great combine going to the Cardinals. Sonny Styles had a great combine performance. He's a great prospect. I think he's a very big boomer bust. I feel like if he does do well in the league, he will be a great linebacker. But I do think he has a lot of bust potential. I do think he can be one of those guys who are picked really high and just don't live up to the potential. We had Isaiah Simmons a couple years ago who switched positions recently, who just didn't fit his position in the NFL. And I can see Sonny Styles being one of those players, but I do think he has very good potential to be one of the great linebackers in the league. Number 4, I had the Tennessee Titans. I have them selecting Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame, running back. I do think they need more weapons on the offense. Their offense is kind of slim. I mean, they have DK there, but they don't have lots of weapons. They have Calvin Ridley, who's kind of he's aging, so they do need weapons, and I think Jeremiah Love will be the workhorse, definitely there, and he's going to be just what they need with Cam Ward, getting this offense so it's way better. I mean, they have Jeffrey Simmons on defense, so it's not like their defense is bad at all. They got Jeffrey Simmons, L'Jarius Sneed, but I do think their offense does need to get better for them to become a competitive team. Then, number 5, the New York Giants. I have them selecting Carnell Tate, wide receiver out of Ohio State. 3 Ohio State players in the top 5. I mean, there's a reason for it. They went really deep. They won the the national championship. So I think Carnell Tate will be great for them. Carnell Tate is a great receiver. He was outshined a little bit by Jeremiah Smith, but he's one of the best wide receivers coming out of college football and the best wide receiver in this draft. Great route runner. He's not as much as a speedster, but great route runner. And I think he will be very good for the Giants to pair with Malik Nabers and a young QB. Next, Francis Magawa, tackle out of Miami, going to Cleveland. Cleveland, loss of a couple linemen, Joe Bentonio. They do need a tackle. I mean, they have a solid run game with Quidshawn, but they do need a tackle. Number 7, Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State, going to the Commanders. They need help on D. I mean, it's all set for them on offense. They have, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. They have a solid line, good run game with their line, so I do think they need to beef up this defense. Number 8, New York Saints New Orleans, not New York, going with Nakai Lemon out of USC. Wide receiver, they signed Travis Etienne, so I did think that they were going to go try to trade up for Jeremiah Love, but that is not the case. They signed Travis Etienne. They have Alvin Kamara. They have Chris Olave, young QB, and Tyler Shuck, another wide receiver. Tyler Shuck should be looking pretty good for them, and this offense should be up and running once again. Number 9, I do think the Kansas City Chiefs will go for another target here. I think they're going to go for tight end Kenyon Sadiq. Sadiq, great combine performance, very similar tight end to Kyle Pitts, but I think he has way more potential. And Travis Kelce signs for one more year. I think this is definitely his last year, and it's great to have a great tight end like Travis Kelce mentor up-and-coming tight end like Kenyon Sadiq to become a great tight end in the NFL. Next, I have the Bengals selecting safety Dylan Thieneman out of Oregon. Bengals, I do think they want Caleb Downs to fall to them here, and I do think if Caleb Downs falls to them here, they will take him, but they do need a safety, and this is the next guy up, so they do need to beef up that D. And then the Miami Dolphins select Mansour Lane, cornerback out of LSU. Mansour Lane is a great corner prospect. The Miami Dolphins unique corner, they traded Minka, and their defense is looking pretty weak. The Dolphins in general are, they are kind of in a rebuild stage, so I do think beefing up their D at this point will help them get over that hump and start becoming competitive again. We're going to have to cut to break. We will get the other 21 picks a little bit quicker for you guys next segment, but we'll see you guys next segment.
Jamestown, New York is where innovation meets sustainable growth, fostering a vibrant community of creative, dedicated people who truly love where they live. It's a place where you can build a fulfilling life with excellent schools, quality healthcare, and a cost of living that supports your ideal lifestyle. Blending small-town charm with easy access to big city amenities, Jamestown is the perfect place to live, work, and raise a family. Jamestown, New York, the pearl of opportunity and balance.
In Lakewood, life moves with the rhythm of the lake. Morning coffee with friends, afternoons on the tennis courts, evenings filled with music and laughter. From pickleball rallies to family sailing, from local shops to the farmer's market, Lakewood is where moments turn into memories. This is community. This is connection. This is Lakewood, New York, where good times live.
Looking for a place where business thrives, nature surrounds you, and life doesn't come with a big city price tag? Welcome to Chautauqua County, where opportunity meets affordability. Build your career, grow your family, and enjoy the outdoors, all in one incredible place. Chautauqua County is open for business. for fun, for life. To learn more about the boundless opportunities Chautauqua has to offer, visit livechq.org.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
Welcome back to CCS Sportscast. I'm your host after the first segment. So we're going to talk about more in draft. We're going to have to kind of go quick. We got Pat in the background walking by. So number 12, I keep on saying New York. The Cowboys. I think they're going to go with David Bailey, D end. They need to get help on this run. So I think that D end will be perfect for them. Next, the LA Rams selecting Spencer Fano, tackle out of Utah. They need to beef up the line. I mean, they have a great offense, wide receivers like Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams running game, Kyron Williams, great QB and Matthew Stafford, so they just need to beef up the line. They'll be all right. Next, Baltimore Ravens, Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State. Another target for Lamar Jackson, seems pretty valuable there. Next, this is kind of a fall. He got in some trouble the other day. Ruben Bain, I think he's going to fall a little bit. Projected top 10 pick, falls to 15 to the Buccaneers. They need help on D. The Jets select Tennessee corner Jared McCoy, double down on defense, makes a lot of sense. Lions, number 17, Monroe Fielding, tackle, Georgia. The run game set with them. Isaiah Pacheco, Jahmyr Gibbs, I couldn't think of his name for a second, but yeah, they just need line help. They got Penei Sewell on the other side, so I mean, don't really want a weak side with that running game. Don't want a weak side with so many great DNs in this league. So next, 18, the Minnesota Vikings select Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety at Toledo. Again, great offense, need help on D. Next, Carolina Panthers select Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver at Indiana. Tedero McMillan on the other side, Bryce Young QB. They lose Rico Dowdle, so they do need another weapon on O. They do have Chuba Hubbard, who had a great year a couple years ago. So they all have Tedero McMillan, Omar Cooper, Chuba Hubbard, Bryce Young, lots of weapons, lots of stuff to work with. Next, the Cowboys, again selecting Avion Terrell. They lose Trayvon Diggs last year, getting old. They, again, another great offense. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Dak Prescott. They just need help on D. Steelers selecting guard Oliva Vega Ione out of Penn State. So got Rico Dowdle, young QB, probably coming in. Will Howard. Will Howard's probably going to see a lot of play time this next year. And they line. Caden McDonald going to the Chargers. Need help on the D-line. Joey Bosa lost a couple years ago. Justin Herbert, great QB, so need help on the defensive side of the ball. Akeem Messidor going to the Eagles. D-end, the Cleveland Browns selecting Denzel Boston. Shador, another weapon to throw to. Caleb Banks, D-lineman, out of Florida, going to the Bears. And then I'll talk about this one more in depth afterwards. But C.J. Allen, linebacker of Georgia, going to the Bills. Blake Miller, tackle out of Clemson, going to the 49ers. Caden Proctor, tackle or guard, going to the Texans. The Kansas City Chiefs select Colton Hood due to the loss of Trent McDuffie. Casey Concepcione, going to the Miami Dolphins, Kendrick Folk to the Patriots, Cassius Howell to the Seahawks, and then the Bills said I'll talk about more in depth. Bills select C.J. Allen. Seems like Milano's gone. It seems like Shaq Thompson, we might be looking for a reunion there, but it seems like they're going to need help at backer, and I think in the third round they traded away their second pick for DJ Moore, but it seems like in the third slot they're going to be going D-line, so they are going to need another backer, but yeah. So now we're going to be talking about a little bit more sports. Next segment we'll have Pat on, talk about how JHS went in Myrtle. So first, we talked about this little bit last week. March Madness finale, the national championship, Michigan-UConn. Michigan ended up winning 69-63. Elliot Kadu has 19 for Michigan. Morris Johnson, 10 rebounds. Very close game throughout. Michigan started to take away. It's very close. I mean, UConn was not going out without a fight. Alex Karaban literally plays all 40 minutes for UConn. So you can tell this is dedication for UConn. I could definitely see them being a competitor in March Madness in the next few coming years. Then we had the Masters a couple days ago. Masters. Rory wins it again. Two-peat for Rory. Scottie Scheffler ends up getting second place. So Rory McIlroy getting another Masters title. Then we have NBA play-in. 2 games are today. First one, Magic Sixers. The Sixers are favored for 1.5. Embiid is out for the Sixers, and I think the Sixers are going to win. I think Tyrese Maxey is going to be one of their key contributors, as he's been this season, averaging about 28 and 6. Very good for the Sixers so far. And then the game after that is Warriors versus Clippers. Clippers are favorites by 4.5. Warriors are injured, very injured. Jimmy Butler will not play. Pods is leading them in points by like 13 points. Warriors are not that great this year, and it sucks to see because Stephen Curry is on to one of his last years. I think him and LeBron will retire about the same time, and it seems like that they're coming in within the next 1 and 2 years. So it sucks to see, but I do think the Clippers are going to win in that one. And then a little bit of WNBA talk here. So it was the WNBA draft a couple days ago, and the first pick was Dallas Stars. No, not Dallas Stars. Dallas. Don't know their name, but guard Azzy Fun selected first overall, and she got reunited with Paige Beckers. Her and Paige Beckers were college teammates at UConn. They won 1 national championship, 4 Big East titles, 4 Big East tournament titles, and 3 Final Four appearances. So they're known as one of the best girls UConn duos. And then more WNBA news. Forward Angel Reese traded to the Atlanta Dream for 2 first-round picks. She would join Alicia Gray and Brittany Griner on the Dream. So next segment, we're going to talk about a little bit of the Masters and some more stuff. So we will see you guys next segment.
To enlist into the National Guard, you first have to contact a recruiter. So either calling up your local office or going online and finding who your nearest recruiter is. So you talk to the recruiter. Once you speak to them and you schedule an appointment, you come in. Don't be afraid to come into our office. Coming in does not make you have to join. It's just answering any questions that you might have and seeing how we can help you get there.
Life moves fast, but the moments that matter slow us down. School runs, weekend games, road trips you'll never forget. It's all about getting there safely, comfortably, and together. At Schultz Chevy, we're here to help you find a vehicle that fits your family with space, reliability, and peace of mind you can count on. At Schultz Chevy, built on trust, driven by family.
From our lot to your driveway, we reach at Schultz Chevy, where every deal feels like a win.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
To enlist into the National Guard, you first have to contact a recruiter. So either calling up your local office or going online and finding who your nearest recruiter is. So you talk to the recruiter. Once you speak to them and you schedule an appointment, you come in. Don't be afraid to come into our office. Coming in does not make you have to join. It's just answering any questions that you might have and seeing how we can help you get there.
Welcome back to CCS Sportscast. We are back with Pat Ronaldo and again, but first I do wanna I misspoke earlier. I said Ohio State won the national title and it was Indiana, so I forgot. I was trying to say that they didn't win the national title, but they're a very good team, which they are, but I misspoke. It's all right. We're joined by Pat. We're going to talk about boys' trip to Myrtle. And then
everything, yeah. First of all, you were probably in bed. You should have been in bed by then. You didn't see the winner of the national championship. Just tell everybody you were in bed. You didn't know. No, good for you. So what we are going to, we have a couple resident people here. As Sebby would say, that I was in Myrtle last week with the JHS baseball team. We're going to talk a little bit more about that maybe on another segment. But they did well. It was fun. It's weird going from the north down to the south. I think one of the teams we played were 17-10. Yeah. And I asked Nick, how many times you guys been outside to practice? He said, we took fly balls outside one time. So, I mean, that's a little different, right? A couple guys were huge, they had scholarships and stuff. But I did, you know what, Jill, my wife and I watched you with Jordy.
Yeah.
Dude, that was awesome.
He knows his stuff.
And it was cool that, and I even posted, I said, there's a 13-year-old teaching an 8-year-old, and he just rapped, and he didn't freeze. Right. He was all about it. He was talking about his art. He was talking about everything. That was so cool, and I love, it's going to get crazy here the next couple of weeks with what we do. We won't tell them yet, but it's going to get nuts at the exposure that Seb's opening up for himself. So I'm super happy with that. Myrtle was good. Other sports, we're going to bring in our resident hockey guy. We all have a specialty here. So Jackson Kresge, we're going to show you how this works here in a second. He's going to step in. He's directing, he's producing, he's doing it all. But he is our resident hockey guy of CCS-TV. And he's going to mic up here for a second. So the Sabres have had their most successful campaign in 14 years, correct?
Yes, they have broken the record for the longest playoffs never made in an NHL team ever, but they've broken them this year.
Okay.
Top of the Atlantic.
That's awesome. Top of the Atlantic, playing in the second in the conference, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
They're most likely going to play the Boston, I believe.
Playing open against Boston at home. So I'm going to ask you, well, you're too biased to answer this, so I'll tell you this. We were in Myrtle Beach talking, and somebody asked me, and I think my father-in-law even asked this too, when the Bills are winning, right, and it's more of a national thing, what presents more energy in Buffalo, the Bills winning or the Sabres winning? It's a tough one.
I think right now it's probably Sabres because the Sabres haven't been great for a long time.
Yes, I would agree with that. The Bills generate more hype generally, but right now, Buffalo's buzzing.
Yeah.
Sabres are doing well.
Yep.
Tops are putting Sabres logos right in the middle of the row in Tonawanda. They got stuff going on. They're buzzing right now.
I didn't look. I was going to look before. I know that tickets sold out. I mean, I don't think you can get in the stadium for under $300 right now.
I was looking for the round 1 playoff game. There was one ticket selling for $10,500.
Get out.
Ticketmaster.
We couldn't sell the cameras to get in that stadium. So they play Boston. They've got a couple rounds. You know who we need in here is to talk about this is Scott McDowell. He used to cover the Sabres for all those years. Saw No Goal, saw the Mayday live and all that.
Mayday,
but yeah,
Mayday.
Exactly. I'm fired up. It gives people. I agree. I think it gives people something to talk about right now.
Yeah,
they're charged up. Allen, I think, was at the game the other night. There was a picture of him floating around like in a jersey and stuff. Yeah. So it's cool when they so Jax has got this going on. What do you got?
So I've just brought up some of the Sabres stats. I think the big difference this year than years prior is our defense.
Okay.
Our defense, we were struggling with Owen Power before. He's had a great season this year. It's probably maybe, I don't know, top 20 defenseman, maybe a little higher than that. Bowen Byram has been hot this year. Dahlin, he's was in the running for best defenseman in the league. He's cooled off a little bit, but he's still pretty high up there. But just our defense has improved. We have one of the best forechecks in the league between Peyton Krebs. I'm the only guy who likes him.
Okay.
Big Peyton Krebs guy. And most people would be hype on Zach Benson, too. Best forecheck in the league. He knows where you're going with the puck before you get it.
Sure.
So,
yeah, Nick was asking about going. He said, we should go to a game. I said, dude, you're out of your mind. Like, you have no idea. I said, the most I would do, so they have that. I saw him put the banner up on the windows, the party in the plaza or something they do. Like, people go outside, like, watch the game outside and stuff, go crazy. And it's spring now, so I think that's totally cool. But totally psyched. Is Ruff Coach of the Year? Gotta be.
I was talking to my dad about this. He thinks there's too much competition. I'm like, you brought the team that's been dead last for 14 years in a row to the top. I got to think he's got to be the top of the gambling sites there.
What do you attribute their success to this year? I mean, obviously, take away from hockey. Like, mid-year, they were talking about cleaning house and this and that. What do you attribute?
As much as I think this is a weird turning point, I think when they fired Kevin Adams, he got the talent for the team.
Sure.
And I think Lindy, after Kevin got fired, he's got to be like to his guys, I'm gone too.
Right, I'm next.
If he's gone, I'm next at the end of the season. So I think he yelled at the guys, like, let's go here. And then right after first game, they won, 15 straight games in a row? And then they've been hot ever since. So I think that really sent it through the franchise there.
We went to one game. I've been to one Sabres game this year. We went with a friend of mine. And Nick took them down. We lost. They lost. At the one game we were at, they lost. Nick took them down. But, yeah, I'm psyched up. Jax is our resident hockey guy. So when they get to the Stanley Cup, we'll keep pulling Jackson in with you. You guys can talk hockey. I know zero.
I think one thing that's super important about the Sabres is they're really young. They're only going to get better.
Yeah.
The only guy that's really getting worse, I think, is Alex Tuck, and I think his future here is sketchy at best right now because he wants a long-term extension, we think.
Right.
And he's an older guy. We don't want to
Sure, not gonna double
we
bunch of
can't
money.
afford his paycheck.
Yeah.
Because he's been one of our top 3 players, and his price went up.
Right.
But I'm looking here, you got Jack Quinn, he's getting better. Josh Doan's getting better. Maybe Zucker's falling off a little bit, but you got Benson getting better, Krebs getting better, Norris getting better, Osland. All those guys are coming up. Mallenstein.
Do you know
Everybody's
any
coming
of
up.
these names? I don't know one of. I don't know one of those names. I mean,
Zach Metza.
It's too hard to get. Like, I can't watch I don't know how to do it. I can't watch 81 games a year.
Oh gosh, no. And like I say, my father-in-law does. Like he's all about it. Nick's been watching it. I'm just like, I can't do that. I'll just go to bed.
I think I got to run back and see.
All right, so thanks, Jack. Jax is going to go back to directing. You're all right. Jax is going back to directing and producing and doing it all. He helped us out with a talk. So once Jax gives us a time count, Masters, you covered it all, dude. Like, we were back there laughing.
Dude, it's really not.
WNBA.
Yeah.
I couldn't name 3 teams right now.
Dude, I don't, I just know the players. That's my thing.
But it's a WNBA. Like, the sports knowledge that you have is just, the internet's a dangerous thing.
Dude, I did want to say, Jordy, he is so ready for WrestleMania. I was talking to him this morning in the car. He's, pumped.
When is it?
I don't even know. But he was telling me the lineup. And he was somehow,
we got to bring him back. We'll bring him back with Randy Gray. They can talk about wrestling together. Randy Gray's my local guy. Okay, close us up.
All right, so we will see you guys next time on CCS Sportscast with some guests, and so we'll see you guys.